Hey, what's up everybody? I know that I told you from time to time that I do have to travel for work, and it happens to be one of those times right now. So I brought a couple of cases along with me for the Galaxy Note 9. They were sent out to me by Goospery. You know, I gotta do what I gotta do. So we're gonna take a look at those now. Enan here from Droid Mania. So let's do this. All right, so like I mentioned, I am traveling, so I'm not gonna be able to shoot this video the way that I normally would and, give you guys a lot of nice B-roll and things like that. But it is what it is. We'll make do with what we have and get through this. So first up, I've got the Goospery Style. I believe this is called the Style Luxe case. I like this case. All of these cases, I should say, come in multiple colors. I'll say that right from the beginning. They're all lightweight. They're all one-piece cases made from a TPU today, a flexible TPU here. All of the cutouts are pretty precise on each of the cases here. They're all gonna work with your wireless charging, not gonna have any issues there. Accessing your ports or getting to your S Pen, everything is gonna be good there as well. I was able to test that out for each of these cases. So I've got one hand, let's just go ahead and pop the first case in. You can easily do that with one hand. This case out of the three, the Style Luxe has the most grip, has a really nice feeling in the hand. You definitely feel that pattern here along the sides of the case, as well as on the back of the case. I like that. There is some branding here. I know some of you don't like to have branding on your cases, but what I like about this one is that it blends right into the case. It's barely even noticeable, so I would say that's pretty good. It's also pretty minimal. You can't really see it, and you have to have the case at the right lighting if you want to be able to see it, so I think that's good. This case, I would say, has the best buttons in terms of the tactile feeling, the responsiveness. I like the feeling that they get here when you're pressing the buttons. They have a nice amount of feedback. You won't have to worry about accidentally tapping and waking up Bixby. I don't use Bixby, so that's good for me. Up top, nice cutout for the noise canceling mic. On the right hand side, you do have the power button. Pretty decent sized corner here in terms of drop protection. I'll just stick with the front of the case right now. You'll notice that you've got about 1 millimeter in terms of the lip that runs around the case here, so I like that. If you're wanting to put your phone face down on the table, as we all do from time to time, got that screen protection here. This case, I would say, all of these cases are pretty case friendly in terms of screen protector support. This is gonna work great with something like the Whitestone Dome. I've got some other screen protectors on deck. I will be making those videos shortly. They'll also work with this case. So again, you've got options here. Along the back of the case, got a nice cutout here to get to your fingerprint scanner. You won't have any issues when you're taking photographs, nothing blocking the camera here. Overall, I'd say Gooseberry's done a pretty nice job with this case. It's probably my favorite out of this bunch. I'd probably go for black though, for me personally. Moving on to the next case. This case, for lack of a better name, I think it's called the Soft Feeling. At least that's what it says on the packaging here. It's called a Soft Feeling case. It is in all black. It's got like a, almost like a matte feeling to it. This case, out of the three, I would say is probably my second favorite in terms of what we have. They did send me a lot more than just 3 cases, but I only brought 3 with me because I was traveling. I am traveling, like I mentioned, and I didn't want to have a ton of crap in my suitcase, so I only brought 3. We'll have some other videos coming later on. Again, the case snaps right on. This case does have enough of a bezel that if you wanted to put your phone face down on the table, you could do that and not worry about scratching the display. You'll be able to see that edge lighting if the phone's ringing or you're getting messages or anything like that if you use that. So these cases don't add a lot of extra bulk. It'll easily fit into your bag, your pocket, or wherever you actually carry your phone. I like thin cases. I think that Gooseberry's done a pretty nice job keeping the case pretty nice and thin and conforming to the size of the Galaxy Note 9. This phone's already pretty big, so I don't want to add a lot of extra bulk to it, or weight for that matter. I don't need the extra protection. I don't drop my phones typically, knock on wood. I don't want to have to add anything extra here. I think the phone's good just the way that Samsung designed it. All of these cases are very affordable. They do come in multiple colors. I've got the links for each of these cases down below if you're interested, so make sure that you go and check it out. Again, this one's called the Soft Feeling. Moving on to the last case. I did use this case for a couple of days. I like the color here. On this particular case that they sent out, it does come in multiple colors. I know, like I mentioned earlier, some of you may not like the fact that there is the logo here on the back, but I don't mind logos. It doesn't bother me, so that won't stop me from using the case. One thing that I will mention is that out of the three, this case is probably, even though it's called the soft gel case, it's probably the stiffest case out of the three here. So I would say out of this bunch, this one's probably a little bit more protective than the others. I also did notice that with this case, it does tend to attract a little bit more fingerprints. So you're gonna need to carry that microfiber cloth with you and wipe down the case. That's something that, you know, I don't like to have fingerprints on my cases, on my phone, or, you know, anything like that. So if you're like that as well, then take note. Let's go ahead and pop the phone in. I'll give you a quick look around this case. As you can see, it looks pretty good on the phone. Nice size bezel here as well. I think this one has a little less than the other two, but again, put a screen protector on your phone and you're good to go. Lay the phone face down. I do have a skin on the back of my Note 9 here. No issues with the case and the skin. So if you have a skin on your phone, you can use that along with this case, any of these cases that I've shown you today. This case actually has probably the most firm of the buttons out of the three. Along the bottom, those precise cutouts again. Easily access your S Pen here. You've got your microphone cutouts and your speaker cutout there. Just a quick look at up top. So overall, I think what we've seen from Goospery today, we've got a pretty solid bunch of cases here. They're all highly affordable. I definitely recommend taking a look at not only these, but Goospery has a whole assortment of cases that you may be interested in. So if you are looking for something different for your Galaxy Note 9, I'd say give Goospery a try, especially if you're working with a little bit more of a limit in terms of budget, or if you don't like to spend a lot of money on your cases. These are definitely worth a check out. Okay, so that's all I got. Just a quick video of 3 cases by Goospery. Like I said, I think that these cases are definitely worth a look. So if you're in the market for a new case for your Galaxy Note 9, make sure that you go ahead and check these out. If you've enjoyed today's video, do leave a thumbs up. If you're new here, make sure that you subscribe before you go. As always, I'd like to thank you for watching. Now, I've got to get back to work here, so I'll talk to you in my next one.